Today's news headline is Father and son abducted, then brutally assaulted by Arsa members in refugee camp. Details of the news. A disturbing report has emerged from Bangladesh refugee camp number 14, where a Rohingya father and his son were abducted, brutally beaten up and robbed by the members of Arsa terror group. The victims, Amir Hussain and his son Muhammad Nur, originally from Mongnama village in northern Mongda township and are now living in the refugee camp after fleeing violence from their home country. According to preliminary investigations, the ordeal began when Arsa militants demanded a ransom of 50,000 taka from the victim. Unable to fill up the demand due to their extreme poverty, the family became targets of repeated harassment and threats from Arsa. On 30th October, the situation escalated dramatically when the father and the son were forcibly abducted and transported to Block A15 of Camp 15. At Camp 15, the victims endured a violent assault at the hands of Arsa members. The attackers savagely beat Amir Hussain and his son before robbing them of their valuables, including 2 smartphones, 2 pairs of gold earrings and cash. The Arsa militants then searched their belongings, stealing whatever they could find in their clothes and storage boxes. Relatives of the victims, who spoke under the condition of anonymity for fear of retribution, revealed that the family had been too terrified to report the incident. The continued threat of violence from Arsa militants has created a climate of fear within the camps, preventing many victims from seeking help or justice. This incident is not an isolated one, but a part of a wider pattern of violence and intimidation prepared by Arsa against the Rohingya refugees. The individuals implicated in the attack have been identified as Muhammad Nur, Shah Alam, and Shafiq, all residents of Camp 15, along with Hanifa and her brother from Block E15 of Camp 15. These individuals are accused of orchestrating the brutal assault and the robbery of the victims' property. This latest incident brings to light the ongoing challenges faced by the Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh. Although they fled Myanmar to escape violent persecution, many continue to suffer from internal threats within the camps. The Arsa terror group, which has been accused of carrying out attacks on both Myanmar authorities and refugees, exerts control over some areas in the camps, exposing a climate of fear and lawlessness. Human rights organizations have long raised concern about the safety of refugees in the camps and the need for a stronger protection mechanism. While the Bangladesh government has made efforts to manage the crisis, including providing security and services in the camps, the scale of the problem remains overwhelming. There have been repeated calls for more international support to improve the safety and living conditions of refugees and to address the influence of militant groups like Arsa. For now, families like Amir Hussain and Muhammad Nur continue to live in fear, afraid that speaking out could bring even more suffering. As the situation in the camps remains tense, many hope that the international community will take stronger action to protect the vulnerable and ensure that justice is served for those who suffer at the hands of violent groups within the refugee community.